Yo, what's poppin', guys? This is your boy Offline Nuzlocke, and welcome to yet another draft analysis. We're joining the Getsis layer for another draft league. It's gonna be a showdown draft league this time around, because of the fact that it takes too much time to gen mons and get it on the game, and then record my Switch and blah blah blah. So I'm doing a showdown one. We'll definitely do another Wi-Fi one soon, but I wanted to start back off with a showdown one like we did with the APL. So yeah, we're here. We had 110 points. We had a requirement to get 2 Terra Captains, 3 Terra types each, considering one is stabbed. One is stab typing, and we also had to draft a Unova Pokemon, so that was one of the other requirements. Besides that, pretty basic draft. For the first time in my life, I got pick number 3, so that was a little bit nicer for me. Never had a higher pick. I'm like always smack dab in the middle, which annoys the heck out of me because I can never build how I want to. And this time around, it was a different experience. First time drafting like at a higher seed, and I feel like it was much of an experience. I don't think my team is like greatest, but it is pretty dang good. I'm not gonna lie. I got the mons that I wanted, and that was like pretty good. So starting off, first off, we have Gouging Fire. Now, Gouging Fire, I mean, I don't need to speak too much about it, but we got a Choice Band user, AV user. It just like sets up with Dragon Dance, and it just causes a massive dent in any team it's facing. Honestly, like this thing can just come in and take a couple of KOs. It can even sweep if we have the right opportunity. So that was my round one pick. I mean, like number 3 in the draft, like Gouging gets picked. I feel like that is pretty good. It also has like Burning Bulwark, Dragon Dance. You know, we got like Fire Fang if we want to. There's Thunder Fang, Iron Head. It just, I mean, it has the coverage we need, right? And looking at the stats, like good HP, good attack, good defense, pretty decent but def. Like if I want to run like AV on this, I can definitely do that. Also got pretty good speed. I can phase things out with Dragon Tail if I wanted to, and it's a pretty good mon to start our draft with. Now, after this, like I had to wait like literally decades to get my round 2, but I decided to pick up Spectrier. Now, the reason why I went Spectrier, I mean, Spectrier is a pretty one-dimensional mon in my opinion. Like you either run Scarf, you either run Specs, you either run like Boots or Lefties, and it has like 3 or 4 sets. Like it is a Combine set if you want to run that. You got a Nasty Plot set, and you have the choice packs where choiced set, which basically runs like Dark Pulse, Shadow Ball, and just gets boosts with Grimnay. But like that is exactly the kind of mon that I wanted to pair with Gouging Fire, because you know I I just like dent things with Gouging Fire. Something like Spectrier can just come in and start sweeping. It just takes KOs and then gets boost. It gets a special attack boost every time it kills something. So that was something that I was very like looking forward to. Up next, I grabbed Corviknight. I'm gonna move around because like it's not in order, but up next I grabbed Corviknight because I mean with two like literally like crazy beasts on the attacking side, I wanted a reliable Pokemon that I never want to face against anybody. Anybody. I hate going up against Corviknight, so I decided to grab it. I decided to grab it because like you know it is a pretty good mon. You got Iron Head bulk up sets, you got Iron Defense body press sets. You can Roost Defog, gives me a great hazard removal with Defog. Slow pivot with U-turn, and this thing never wants to die. Literally never wants to die. I can also do nasty shenanigans with Steel Beam, so that is something that I can do. I mean, Specs Steel Beam. I don't think anybody wants to take that. Um, Honestly, like I have never tried to use it, but it is pretty good. I mean, there is some moves like down there that I can try and use, but it is pretty good on just like taunting stuff, just never dying. So like that was something that I really wanted to look forward to. So I did. I grabbed Corviknight. Up next, I grab Lucario. Lucario is one of my Terra captains. It can go from Terra Normal to Terra Fighting and Terra Ghost. Those are my few typings on those are my few Terra typings on Lucario. And honestly, it is a pretty good mon. I would say this mon has another job like Spectre here. It just comes in, clicks Terra Normal E speed, like what is your switch into choice banded terra normal e speed? Like if everything is chipped down enough, like Lucario can just come in and take lives into its own hands. um it is a great terra captain in my opinion, because honestly, like there's so many things it can do. It has a move set of crazy Pokemon, like straight up a crazy move set where you can go special, physical, and the stats of Lucario reflect that. You have 110 attack and 115 special attack. It is a pretty good speed tier at 90. So I can literally run Scarf if I wanted to, but I have so much priority, I don't even need to invest in speed. I just click the priority button and it takes lives. So Lucario kinda crazy on that front. Up next, we finally have the mascot pick. Yes, that's right. I grabbed Umbreon. Now, Umbreon is not a Terra Captain, because like I really think we don't need Umbreon to be a Terra Captain. You just bop some leftovers on it, or heavy duty boots, Toxic Protect, Moonlight. That's all you need. Also, this league allows for a wish pass. So I can wish and baton pass into something like Lucario if it's low, something like Spectre if it's low, something like Gouging Fire. Like, this Mon is so much utility. It also gets Thunder Wave and like pretty decent moves that I'm not gonna reveal right now because you know, shout out to Crep. We were talking about some nasty Umbreon sets that she uses, and honestly, I am ready to give it a try. So yeah, it's gonna be fun if I get to bring a an Umbreon set like that. So that is another defensive mon to our arsenal, like Corviknight and Umbreon. Like, tell me a switch in between those two. Like, you want a Draining Kiss, Moonblast? I got a whole Corviknight right here. You want a Thunderbolt? Umbreon takes that for days. All right, you get the deal, right? Up next, I grabbed Torkoal. Torkoal was a pick that was meant to happen, right? Because I drafted Gouging. I was gonna draft Torkoal, obviously, because Torkoal just like built different. It can rapid spin. It can set up the sun for gouging. Gouging doesn't need sun, but why not add the extra layer of drought so I don't have to run booster energy at all? And honestly, sun, gouging, choice band, heat crash. Like, tell me my switch-ins. It also provides like clear smog to get rid of any stat changes. Reliable rapid spinner, so like very good hazard removal for our team, and it can shell smash. If I really feel fancy, I'm gonna shell smash 1 week and just like take lives. But Stealth Rock is probably the set that would come in, like Stealth Rock Wisp or Lava Plume, something like that. Even Body Press is pretty decent. Like this mon got 140 defense. Like pairing with Umbreon, Corvi, and like Torkoal, like forget about it. Like you're not gonna like my defensive core. This mon is pretty exciting. I've never drafted a Sun team, so this is I wouldn't call this a full fledged Sun team because it's like pseudo Sun, and that is kind of like the weather teams I like to draft. Like I don't want to just commit fully because there's some weeks where you don't want to commit fully, and this is like one of the weeks. Um, Up next, we got Enamorus. I grab Enamorus because, another fast mon. It's 106 speed here. Really needed for my team. And it gives me a Calm Mind user. It also gets Contrary, so Contrary superpower sets are pretty fun to run. It has a pretty sizable attack stat and special attack stat. So a mon like, Lucario, very versatile. I can run it physically, specially, however I like, and just blow holes in opponent's team to make a way for like something like Spectre or Lucario or Gouging to just like dent more holes and probably sweep. So it was like a mon that was pretty high price, but I wanted something heavy for our top heavy team because I wanted to go top heavy on this draft league. I've been I've been making a mistake where I draft too many mons and they're not like that reliable. So I wanted to change it up and just draft like power and see where we land. So it is something that we got. Up next, we got Terra Lilligant. This thing can Terra into grass, fire, and fairy. Fairy. I was debating between ghost, ground, and fairy, but we ended up picking fairy. Shout out to Dries for telling me about Lilligant. Like chlorophyll, Lilligant just blows through teams. Like straight up, like it's gonna get a sleep powder quiver dance. Forget about the rest of your team. It literally has no switch in between fire stab and grass stab. Like this mon does a lot of damage. It also gets a lot of utility into like healing wish, leech seed, stun spore. If I want to be like nasty, I can run synthesis, stun spore, something like that. This mon does a lot of things, and it's one of the reliable sunsetters, and it fulfills a requirement of a Unova mon. So this is a pretty cool mon. I'm excited to use it because I've never used Lilligan in my life for a draft. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of mons that I've never drafted. Well, almost all of them that are never drafted. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. Up next, I grabbed Quagsire because it got water absorb. I didn't have a water type or a ground type on my team, and I was like, water absorb mon and unaware, bro, forget about it. It gets like spikes, T spikes, self rocks, recover. Like this thing can just sit on teams all day. Like it will do its job and then just KO itself. Like literally, like counter something, or earthquake something, encore, haze. It's just a reliable mon. It's something that I needed to round out the team, and I feel like Quagsire is gonna be like Bob. It's just Bob. Like if you don't know about Bob, like come on. And last but not the least, we got our boy Chargebug. Everybody loves the bus. Type in beep beep in the chat or in the comments, I guess. Gives me a sticky web mon. Honestly, I don't need speed tiers, but more speed tiers. It also gets baton pass, thunder wave, volt switch, great pivot. I can run something like bug bite, X scissor if I wanted to. Like I can just like wall teams with this too. Like people forget about Chargeable, but if this mon is used right, it's gonna do great. So a quick team recap for you guys. Honestly, like we got Gouging, Spec, Corviknight, Lucario, Umbreon, Torkoal, Enam, Lilligant, Quagsire, and Chargebug. Hopefully you guys are excited. Week 1 will be soon. I'll be posting that as I go, and hope we can get some wins. I don't know. This team is really different. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's pretty good, but I always have high hopes for my team. So I'm not gonna give it an S tier. No way. It's not my S tier team, but it's a pretty good team. So we'll take those. And if you guys are excited, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Draft content will be coming out, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Offline Squad.